Good evening and welcome to Nightfall in Amsterdam. Tonight we are joining a group of werewolves. For those of you who maybe missed the last session with these werewolves, while approaching the the historic sept of the frozen forest, they were accosted, so to speak, and invited to a sept that was perhaps more welcoming and flexible. After some of them got involved in the frozen forest moot, they did end up eventually leaving that area with some of the other guru from that sept, and they all traveled to the sept of the riddling waters nearby, the relatively unknown and concealed sept. They have since been, to some degree, mingling there as they're more welcome, and tonight we have three of them as they have gathered there to plot, plan, and act. As you guys would be moving about the sept, it's a relatively quiet night. A lot of the guru and kinfolk who came from the sept of the frozen forest are still finding their comfort zone here. It's a different sept. It's a new sept. It's a new spirit they're not used to yet. And living with some shifters that are not guru has been an adjustment for them as well. Two of them that you would be aware of are Connor and Vano, who both helped you guys get here and invited you. Vano is the one that most people seem to be both comfortable approaching and leery of at the same time. And tonight you find him sitting relatively by himself, performing parlor tricks.
Parlor tricks, huh? Such as?
He is making a small flat rock dance across his knuckles, and then as he turns his hand, it falls into his palm and disappears, only to reappear in the other hand.
Gotcha. So Air is deciding trying to figure out who she needs to talk to get permission to try summoning a spirit here. She doesn't just want to summon the spirit that she's supposed to meet here if they don't want her to. So I suppose she will approach Vano there and ask him.
Well, we have a number of people who kind of fill that position. Again, we don't use necessarily all the traditional titles, being we're not all guru here. That being said, I deal with spirits frequently here, and I would not have an objection. I would ask that you obviously don't summon anything overly large without proper preparation and backup.
Oh, no.
We try to be open-minded, but I don't know how Fenris might feel if you called him forth or some such.
Oh no, I have no intention of summoning someone that large.
Then it shouldn't be a problem. We do have a couple of us that kind of work in the rights master type position together. myself included. Sorcery and such falls under my purview.
Yeah, I'm familiar with how to do it. I just have to. I just didn't want to cross any boundaries by just doing so.
Yes, it shouldn't be a problem. If you do need reinforcements or a lookout, let me know. I can certainly make myself available. But as far as the official leadership, Yeshi, the stargazer of the stargazers, kind of acts as our alpha. Um, he is the one who kind of found this, contacted Sea Dragon in the first place, and founded this sept. But
So I should get his permission above anyone else.
well, he generally does trust and respect those others who lead behind him. So I would say it's less of a concern. If you wish to, I can certainly take you to him, but it should not be necessary, provided you've made me aware or one of the others of similar aspects.
I trust your judgment here. We've seen Abby or sorry, Eric, I can never remember your character's name. All I can remember is that he's a Fiona.
Colin.
Colin, okay. Colin, easy enough. You seen Abby or Colin around?
Off and on with the number of Fianna who came across over, I would say Colin is most likely with those of his tribe. We had some of them here already. Um, Abby seems to kind of travel here and there. Certainly, upbeat young lady. She keeps herself busy, but where exactly she is, I couldn't say.
Very well. I know Colin was interested in particular ritual, so I should probably hunt those two down. Thank you.
Huh?
By
I
the
should
way,
say that you hear music playing not far off. Pretty loudly.
I think you may have found Abby. And she looks around.
You'll see Abby. She has fox ears on and a fox tail attached to her waist. Like she's wearing them.
Air kind of raises an eyebrow at Abby. Did somebody put her up to this?
And Reno just kind of looks and shrugs and says, "Not that I'm aware of."
All right. Eric kind of eyes up Abby. Well, I'm glad to that you found me. I believe we have something to take care of.
And Abby's sitting there walking along, kind of glancing where she's walking, down at her phone. And she stops and looks at her phone and then looks around. When she sees you, she's like, and she turns towards you. Bonjour, madame. Good evening. How are you tonight?
I'm great. What about you? She kind of like looks at the ears and the tail again.
I am very well. Thank you for asking. It has been so wonderful around here.
That's a very interesting choice of wardrobe.
Oui, you think so? I thought these jeans were a little, how you say, Art Nouveau?
She raises an eyebrow again. No, no, no. And she points at the ears and the tail.
And she does a little twirl to show him off. Are they not beautiful? And they are so soft. And she reaches up and pets one of them, one of the ears.
Okay, did somebody put you up to this?
Put me up to.
If I recall, Vano is a kitsune, correct?
Yes.
So she's kind of like glancing back and forth between the two of them.
He hasn't said a word and seems to be acting like there's nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. So she's so happy. Have you seen Colin?
Colin. Oh, the Duncan Fiona. He is right over there with Fiona. They are doing some drinking thing. Yeah.
Drinking things, huh?
They are Fiona, oui?
I've gotten permission to call our buddy Sherlock here.
We are not going to go break into the other sept and meet him there. You take all the fun out of it.
Well, I mean, we could do that, but if I recall, our Fiona friend here, he wanted to learn how to summon spirits, and it's worth a shot to try to stay out of the fire, as it were.
Well, if that is what you wish, we can stay out of the few.
Dano kind of chuckles and says you might have the wrong lineage for staying out of a fire around here.
It is good thing we are homemade. We can not be this burned easy. Oui?
So, it's worth a shot, and if it doesn't work, well, I guess
It'll be fun.
you know what we gotta do.
To accept. That would be so exciting. Can we do that anyways? Merci. Merci. Please, can we?
So you want to go and cause trouble?
It is my calling in life. Oui?
Dano kind of smirks and goes, "Yeah, like a whole backpack of firecrackers and stuff."
Yes, we. That is very much good. We would use that. It is a good distraction.
Oh, my favorite are these low to the ground green flaring ones. You shoot them off in the distance and somebody thinks it's balefire. You want to see a silver fang fly. Fire one of those off outside his window.
Oh. Oh.
You look like an angry bulldog barking at the door.
They are angry bulldogs. Did I say that aloud? I'm so sorry about that. If there are any silver fang that I care about, oh, never mind.
Well, I mean, that is entertaining. Though,
I could throw them away with the balefire fireworks, and that would give you an opening to get in if we cannot do the summon circly voodoo thingy you do.
I think the fireworks might be entertaining enough. I may not be born under your moon, but it may be relatively amusing to see them scramble.
You're not born far off. Uh-huh.
Besides, if he's not there where he's supposed to be, I might have to summon him anyway.
Very well, do your summoning.
All right. Let's let me find Colin first. And she's gonna go head over towards where the Fianna tend to hang out.
Abby's following along, watching her phone
And
as much as she's watching where she's going.
And she's not even gonna be quiet about trying to find him. When she's over there, she's gonna be like, "Hey, Colin!"
Colin is indeed over there. He's playing a few drinking games. Luckily, they've just gotten started, so he's not quite drunk yet.
She kind of looks at him and she's like, "Well, are you coming?"
Coming where?
You said you wanted to learn, didn't you?
I always want to learn. What am I learning today?
How to make the Silver Fang Bulldog do the bark. Oui? No, we are doing the fairly sickle summon thing.
Yes, if you want to learn how to perform a summoning, now's the time.
Oh, excellent. I'm in. I excuse myself, and I will head wherever we're going.
Well, come on. And she's going to walk over back towards where Vano is. And while we're ready to do this, essentially. But if you want, is there anywhere in particular that we should perform this ritual?
Well, I mean, I got a couple of places that I tend to use because they're somewhat more private. I don't know if they're necessarily islands, but they're places where streams and stuff have broken up the land.
Huh. That would do. I just don't want to disrupt anyone.
Do you have your offering?
I'm pretty sure I gave Sherlock my offering prior to this. She smiles.
Oh, right, you did the be alive thing.
And he did agree to meet me. So,
Yes, but the meeting point was not here. It was.
it was indeed there.
Abby's gonna eye that bag of fireworks.
You're really all about this, aren't you? She follows her eyesight. Follows her eyes. And she kind of looks at Colin and it seems our friend would like to cause some trouble. Is anybody against that?
No, troubles makes things interesting.
Okay. She kind of looks around. Well, if we're going to cause trouble, it means sneaking back onto the sept that we just left. Not long ago.
So
What
you'd
could
like
go
me
wrong?
to help conceal you?
Hmm. You may need to be concealed, though that may be more necessary in the case that we need to actually flee. Because I'm from that sept, like, how often has the warder been, like, how well does the warder keep an eye on things and the warding pack?
Well, the warder doesn't keep an eye on anything. He's blind. But he does take his responsibilities fairly seriously. He's a Silver Fang Metis on the Crescent Moon.
Oh, goody.
But he's blind, so he can't see us.
No, but I'm sure there's a pack that he has underneath him doing his bidding.
You would know that when you left, they were still looking for guardians. And they lost
But, you know, they were looking for people to fill particular roles, and we took a chunk of their people with us.
Well, if they're short-staffed, we have a distraction, and on the off chance we get caught, we belonged there before, we could probably talk our way out of it.
You might be able to. You could claim ignorance. However...
I am quite ignorant, but, you know, they like me. I can bribe them with beer.
Well, you guys might at least have some defense mechanisms. But sometimes risks are necessary. Especially with what we're looking into in summoning this spirit.
No guts, no glory.
This is true.
Besides, you're bearing the lion in his own den. The spirits will get a kick out of that.
Air, kind of. Well, something tells me they don't think that I'd be bold enough to go back there anyways, but hard to say.
That is the perfect reason to do it. Show them that they are wrong, that they do not know the true strength of the... you are the... which one is it? The fate of Genoise.
Yes.
Abby smirks to herself at that.
So if I recall... Yeah. There are some get there. I don't particularly like my family, but what a way to show them up for teaming up with the Fangs at that point, huh?
We would call them the butt-nosers.
Mm-hmm.
That is the right phrase in the English, yes?
Yes. All right. So, anything... If we're going to do this, stealth is key. But having a backup method for distractions won't hurt either.
So we need more fireworks?
Directly the green ones.
We, we.
Yeah, it has a bundle of them, and he says, my primary reason for using these is they don't actually damage things. They're just really loud and bright and irritating.
Even better.
Do you have stink bombs to cover scent trails?
He kind of looks at
That
you and scratches his head and says, "Oh, I have used magic for that typically, but stink bombs might be less obvious."
Goes good with the fireworks. Doesn't damage anything. Causes havoc.
Not only that, but and this is going to sound strange, but it's more obvious, which becomes less suspicious. When they can't smell anything, they assume something's fishy. When they just smell something stinky, they just go, "Oh, somebody covered it up."
true. Very, very good point.
I can go into town and buy some.
That might not be a bad idea. It will also give me time to maybe get a couple other things together.
All right.
What do you think we
You
need?
need-
Like 2 or 3 hours? We can split up, get supplies, and meet back here.
I mean, how long is it? It's what, about a half hour to travel in and a half hour back. So there's one.
You know, if it takes
We
longer than an
could,
hour.
we could arrange to meet somewhere in there closer to the where we are going. Then we are not wasting
We
time
could
coming
get
back and
back
forth.
up in time or in town.
Probably a better idea.
Didn't you say you had like a bar or something?
Absolutely.
We should meet up there.
Sounds like a good plan. Just be nice to it.
Why wouldn't I be?
Nice to a bar.
It likes to talk.
The
It likes
bar
to talk.
talks. You are a strange one.
I think he's still mad that I beat him.
I would never be mad. I lost fair and square. I'll just meet you next time.
Or so you think.
So we have fireworks, stink bombs, and a few sneaky people to create a distraction.
Right.
So I guess we head into town and get the things that we need.
All right, it's a relatively short trip.
How do we want to split up? I don't think any of us should. If he's going into town, I don't think going alone is wise. You never know who's there.
I'm usually okay. I'm pretty well liked around here.
All right, well, if you're not at the bar when we get there, I'm sending a search party.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So, I suppose we spend time getting things together. If Vano needs help getting anything, Air will be happy to help.
He had most of it bagged up already, so.
Okay. So we're just waiting on Colin to do his thing.
Well, we can certainly meet up with him there. Maybe start planning.
I wish I had a
How long is
better
the
visual.
I heard how long is that, and then that's it.
You muted yourself again, Eric.
I'm sorry. I try to keep mute because the radio in my car.
Yeah,
Right?
I only caught part of what you were asking, so.
Oh, I was just saying, how long does the ritual take? How long do we have to plan on being there?
Well, I mean, the ritual can take. I can spend as much time on the ritual as I need to once I'm there, but entirely that's up to me. However, I don't think we're going to have a bunch of time.
So what is the minimum time you need then?
The sooner we
10
get in, the
minutes?
better. No, let's see. The only thing that it says in this thing, this is an out of character. Let's see. For each hour the guru spends invoking the spirit, the difficulty drops by 1. So, being as we're trying to be quick, I will try to keep it under an hour.
Under an hour, very well, then we will do distractions as necessary to lure them away and give you the time when we need. Oui?
Yes.
But if we are meeting him there, would you not need to know to do the summoning?
I do know how to do it.
I am saying if we are to meet him there, would he not be there to meet you and not need the summoning?
He needs to learn it.
So you are going to summon him even though you have a meeting planned to meet with him?
We do have a plan to meet with him. However, the summoning is essentially a backup in case he isn't able to or doesn't show.
Okay, well, we will do this the easy way then and then be ready for the hard way. Oui?
Correct.
Oui. Then we go shopping and bring the little toys and have a good time.
Yes.
That's the spirit. Get it? Spirit.
Ha 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 ha. Punny. All right. So shopping and go. Let's do this. I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Alright, well, it won't take long to find what you're looking for. which point then you guys would meet up, not far from the sept.
Keep your eyes and ears open, everyone, when we go there. Be on the lookout. If the warder is out just because he can't see, it doesn't mean his other senses don't work. Can I, is there something I can roll to try to, be our best, point of entry?
Yeah, wits and survival.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. Standard?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 successes.
Two successes. You would know that there's a couple of footpaths that are not as heavily traveled, and you might be able to slip in easier on those. They tend to watch the main trails, that sort of thing, places hominids might come in.
Okay. So, I know some, places a bit less traveled that might be easier for us to slip in unnoticed.
And then let us go. We will make this fast and funny.
And I don't think it matters what side we slip in to the Septon, because spirits will see one way or the other, so
What if we just create a distraction with people on the other footpaths? Convince someone to go that way?
yes, so spirits tend to really like me. You could say
Yeah, spirits like me too.
that's right.
You
We
have
discussed this the other night. We
so you
did.
have double negative spirit magnets. Can you guys go back to back or make them go the other way, like the magnets?
We could. You draw some one way. I have to perform the ritual, so either way they're gonna be going where I go too. So
Well, if
if it
he's
comes to
making a
that.
big enough commotion on giving the gnosis to make them more interested in him, perhaps put himself in the gnosis so they succumb and want him more because of the gnosis easy to have. Oui?
Like gnosis traps for spirits.
Well, not a trap per se. You go to put the gnosis on him so that the magnet is more stronger. Because he is a free gnosis, oui? Does this make a sense?
Yes. What do you think of that, Colin?
Actually, I think there's something we might be able to make. Hold on.
Talking about,
I think there's a fetish we might be able to throw together that could help us.
a talon?
There is no fast fetish that I've ever heard
Let's
of.
teach you how to bind something, right?
Yeah, so you want to make a talon.
Exactly.
Okay, can you use address for purposes?
All right. Hmm. Perhaps we could make some like a spirit like a I'm sure what kind of plant life is at the sept?
It's a mostly deciduous forest.
So maybe we find something like if we can find it at a greenhouse or something, maybe like bind a Venus flytrap plant spirit into something and set it somewhere. Something of that nature, something that if the spirits get close to or touch, they're temporarily sucked in. Does that make sense?
You're talking like the old that old movie with the little slimy ghost man with the bust of ghosts, we?
Oh, Ghostbusters! Yeah, something like that.
Well, we just gotta find the right spirit that would like to play. Maybe we summon that one, and then I can show you how to bind it. We can work together and maybe
I know
make
how to
a
bind it.
talon.
I know how to summon and bind them.
I see.
I even know how to track things down if I know a name or have a part of it.
I can just awaken things and
That's what
bind
we're
them.
trading.
I can just find the things. I just find the things, we?
We. Or we just, I think we might be overcomplicating it. I think we just need, maybe our original plan is good. The less we have to remember to deal with, the better.
That's true.
So we got stink bombs. We got fireworks. And we have our spirit magnets separating. Now, see, we have a small problem. We have no means of communicating with one another.
We are going to be in the this side or the that side?
Well, I have to perform the ritual on the other side, if it comes to that. And it's if we're meeting with the spirit, being on the other side for that might be easiest.
Just make your cell phone so that it is go over with you, and I can send you the test message. We have a network so that you can text in the other side.
Dedicate phones.
Oui, I do it all the time. It is no big deal.
Okay. Does
Yeah.
somebody know the ritual to dedicate items? Because I can summon them, I can bind them.
Yeah, I don't know either.
The next time we will make sure that you are more ready.
Well, it seems I have something to learn. And if I recall, the former Right Master of the Sept is now with us.
Well, why don't we just go in on the other side and just keep it all in the Umbra? It might lower the complications that way anyway.
May. All right.
Vano says, I suppose before we go too far, I do know the art of Ishandishan, or I believe they call it mind speak among the guru.
That would be handy.
Very frustrating that all our terms come from our eastern branch. Everyone kind of forgets there are western Kitsune. There's foxes everywhere, but well, I suppose predominantly over there, so it is what it is.
And something to think about. She kind of looks at Abby and Colin. If we're gonna be hanging out, working together and stuff, we might want to think about making ourselves a pack.
That I agree with.
Though with it might be a small pack, that means we'll have to compensate in areas that for things that we do not have. Keep that in mind.
It just means we have to learn to do things the better way.
We'll just have to attract a totem that will support us in what we're gonna do.
We'll discuss. We can discuss a bit more of that when we finish up here and see how this rolls. But it's just something to keep in mind. I figured I'd bring it up before, so we have something to think about. All right.
It does not take long for Vino to turn and work the gift, enact the gift. You guys are soon able to communicate mind to mind.
Just for a test, she's like, "Get out of my head."
You hear Abby say back, "Holy shit! I've never heard somebody's voice in so many years. Can you really hear my voice? Am I hearing your voice? This is insane! Oh my goodness! This is how do we do this? Is this something we can do more often? This is incredible."
We'll strive to do this more often, just for you.
Abby is bouncing.
Yeah, I gotta learn this gift.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, shall we?
Lead the way.
All right. So, this bar is safe to pop sideways in, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
No
It doesn't bite.
customers are in the bar itself, I assume.
No, not right now.
All right. And the gauntlet in here is...
You'd have to ask John.
Yep.
If it is a guru-owned bar, it's going to probably be about 5.
And there are mirrors.
Okay. Well, I have the slip sideways flaw, but I'm not stressed, so.
So what's our DC?
It's a difficulty 5.
I seriously forget the roll formula. It's like pound something.
Yeah, the
Have a success.
hashtag, however many dice, D10F5.
And every back for your return.
I had one success.
Made from that negative going on at South on Corridor Bridge in December of 18, and it's registered on the
That'll work.
Nice. So we all managed to make it through, some quicker than others. And
I made it on my own. That's a good sign.
yes, it is.
You're welcome.
And Air's gonna make sure that Vano is able to pop over.
And he was.
Okay. Let's do this. And she is going to... I'm gonna shift to the Lupus because I can run faster in Lupus. Here to hide.
Sounds like a good plan.
Oh. Do you want us to roll for that or just go for it?
Just go for it. That's fine.
All right. And let's see if I
Lupus,
recall,
go.
because I have spirit heritage, I slightly resemble what my spirit heritage is in the Umbra, too.
If it's above like 3 or above.
Okay. So sweet, I don't have to worry about that. Cool. And Air is going to start running in her little whitish gray wolf form.
I'll attempt to keep your pace.
Abby has on. She now has 4 ears and 2 tails, but she's following.
Oh
my
boy.
God, they're dedicated, aren't they? Okay. Air, like I said, she'll lead the way towards the paths that she knows is safe.
Alright. It's relatively smooth smooth path. It's still certainly narrow and whatnot, but you can find it relatively easily.
Okay. And over the mind speak, she says, and now this is where things may get difficult. try not to be seen. And she's going to try to she'll try to give them directions where the best spot to potentially light these firework things off.
Reno kind of points and goes, "Are we sure we want to trigger them until we have to? Once we do, the clock starts ticking."
Right.
On
Well, that's what. And she's like, and she says over the mind link, well, isn't that what this is for?
Well,
True.
keep someone on Overwatch, and if someone gets close, then we create the distraction. We might be able to buy ourselves an extra 5 or 10 minutes, easy.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
Yes.
Get them set up as one thing we didn't want to.
Right. And your stink bombs, are you going to hold off on those?
I got enough for everyone. I'll just hand them out.
Okay.
We're in Lupus.
Yep. Oh,
Oh, well, I can't hand them out till I shift back. They're in my pockets.
that's fine. I mean, we're on the SEP, so. I'll shift back to my breed form and take one.
Yeah, let's all just shift back, and then I'll hand them out to everyone, and I'll give the lion's share to our No Moon friends.
I mean, merci, merci.
So, when you guys are ready with your fireworks set up, let me know. I won't do anything until I know you guys are ready if we need it.
Reno kind of nods and gestures with the other two and says, over the mind link, he says, "I'll carry you guys set up."
Sounds good.
Yep, this is your show. I'm just here to help and learn.
All right. The fewer of us there are running around, the less likely we are to get caught. But, yeah. If we're together, she kind of looks around because we're in the Umbra. How many spirits are hanging out around us right now? So we've got the double spirit magnet. We both have that flaw.
Actually,
Yeah,
it's not
it's certainly busier, but mostly forest spirits, wind spirits. At this point, it's
Wind spirits.
uh, the smaller ones. You're in a forest, so it's spirits native to the area that are gathering.
Are they saying anything amongst themselves?
Not at this point.
Okay, spirits beach. Okay.
I'll talk to him and tell him, hey, if you just leave us alone for a bit, I'll go fly some kites with you guys later.
And with the little woodland creature spirits, Air will offer to spread some delicious bird seed and sunflower seeds for them to munch on later.
Alrighty.
Those things seem to work. Are they okay with this?
Yeah, they I mean, again, they're fairly minor spirits. It doesn't take much to appease them.
Okay. She kind of looks at Curtis and have the other two gone yet?
I would assume we left to go prepare our munitions, our distractions.
Right.
Okay. So she just kind of looks at Colin and says, "Well, we're waiting for their word to tell us they're set up."
Alrighty. I'll just support you in the ritual as best I can.
Keep an eye out and watch and learn.
Do I need to roll anything for you, John?
We will want to. So we kind of have a route that you guys are given. So a wits and survival to follow that route.
What's the difficulty?
Standard.
Have one whole success.
Well, let's see. Enough to at least follow a trail. You're take your time. Make sure you're on the right trail, that sort of thing. But you do eventually find a couple of key spots where you could set up fireworks and firecrackers.
That is the plan.
At which point, the
Technology or anything, or or do we need a roll for it?
let me take a look here. There's a clickable roll. I'm playing werewolf. It helps look at werewolf sheet, I suppose. I would say you could use intelligence and streetwise would be applicable.
Intelligence and
Or
streetwise.
intelligence and technology. I guess it depends. Are you looking to cob them together like a backyard barbecue style, or are you gonna actually get them, planned out and
She's gonna plan them out.
and tie the wicks together? And
She's definitely gonna plan it out.
okay, then it would be intelligence and technology.
Sure, I don't have any extra things that apply to this. Your aptitude would not. All right. Would my problem solver come into play as a specialty
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that is 8 successes then.
Jesus.
Because I have 3 10s. And I got 5 successes. This is what I do. My role, yo.
That would quite fairly quickly you get these things arranged. You've got um, gun pointed to get good noticeable explosions. Gonna get a good flashy show, but
Also make sure that they're not going to go directly into plants and cause little fires and
right.
minimize collateral damage. That's the intention. Draw attention away. Aiming it so it looks like it's coming from the outside in so that they're going to attack the outside and
Okay.
all that fun stuff. So that they think they're going to defend and when in reality they will then quote be going to defend as well and then just disappear off into nothingness.
Makes sense to me.
So also from a direction that isn't where we are.
Yes. So then once Abby's done, she'll be like, the fireworks are in place, everything is perfect. It will be glorious.
I think we
Aaron's gonna
definitely need
check
to
in with the
fix
ones.
totem.
A what totem? Abby, how are things going on your end? They know?
I am done. They are ready. It is perfect. It will be beautiful. It is so glorious. It is good. It is good. And she goes off in French, just talking about how great it is and how she has it all perfectly set up to do this and this and this and that.
And Air doesn't understand French, so she just says, awesome! And, Vano, how are things on your end? Good, good?
Should be good.
Okay. Well, if everybody is good with their setup, she kind of looks at a Colin and says, let's go. And heads in the direction of the spot she's supposed to meet with Sherlock to see if he's around. You want like some kind of dex stealth roll or something?
Yeah, probably deck stealth would be the most applicable.
Trying to be sneaky.
Oh boy.
Okay, so let's see.
If or
Stealth. Okay, I have 6 dice, so this should work. Standard, I'm assuming. Whoa. I have 3 successes.
I don't know, did I screw something up with that?
You did. So it's supposed to be hashtag 3D10 F6. You put an F in front of the 3 instead of a hashtag.
Ah, that's better.
Right?
Which means you rolled the wrong diff, the wrong dice, the whole smash.
Yeah, so holy monkeys, Abby, was that your deck stealth?
No, that had been
Oh, that was her
her.
bomb. Okay. All right, so yeah, we have a 3 and a 2 for our deck stealth rolls.
Well, that's enough for you guys to get in and out at least. Get in, I should say.
Okay. So, oh, well, there goes Eric again.
I'll start
You wanna
setting
wait
up
a few-
your ritual, and we'll assume at this point that he's observing and helping per your instructions.
Right, I don't think there's actually much set up for this ritual, if I recall. It's a mystic, so it's wits, writs. Oh no, this is one of those ones that has its own, because it's the difficulty depends
I think you
on
actually roll Gnosis on this one.
what the what it is. Just was in the book. There we go. Yep, it spirit type makes the difficulty for this. And I'm gonna take as much time as I can. Hopefully I can get an hour trying to summon the spirit, but again, this is one of those ones where no, I'm just gonna roll it because time might be a thing. So if it's depends on whether it's a gaffling, jagling. I doubt it's a totem, avatar, incarna, or celestian.
No, it would be a jiggling.
Okay, so it's a diff 5 to perform the ritual. Okay, so Colin, make sure you're watching around and keeping an eye on everything else, but try to pay attention to what I'm doing too.
All right, and I'll try to keep the spirits from distracting you too much.
All right, okay. So let's see. That's right. So 5 dice at diff 5. Three. So according to the book, I have to make a gnosis roll and achieve as many successes as possible. The following results. So it doesn't matter. I didn't have to roll. Sweet. I didn't have to even make an additional Gnosis roll. It was Gnosis, and my Gnosis is 5 as well. So, yes, either way, it's 3. I'm glad I missed right in a good way this time. So let's see. 3. Spirit comes immediately and is neutral.
Okay, so I do see our spirit.
I see my good friend Sherlock.
Indeed. Your eyes, but he just kind of looks at you, waiting to see what you have to say.
Well, what have you found anything?
If I found any more things, you would think I'm a goddamn Korax.
Well, I mean, that information is useful.
I am not, for the
So,
record.
I'm well aware you are quite the spirit. So, what did you find regarding the whereabouts of my family?
Well, I know that your parents never actually left the city, at least not by travel. I know that your sister has recently left, being escorted by tribe mates.
She raises an eyebrow. What?
And I know that your brother was in town briefly but disappeared again.
Okay, so my parents never left town. Where did they go in town?
Well, they were at a number of different places. They had moved around town slightly a couple times after that I can tell. Are becoming more and more recent. From the last place they were, there's no indication they left. I didn't see any indication they were still there, nor did I see any echoes that would imply they died.
Okay.
But they were either hidden
And
or removed, with that information deliberately concealed.
concealed by ritual, magic.
It's somewhat hard to say, but I would say some sort of ritualistic effect concealed them while they were there, and where they went from there, I don't know.
And my sister was taken by tribe mates. From this sept?
No, no, they were not local tribe mates. In fact, I believe one of them knew you.
They did.
one that you had studied under while you were gone.
Well, there were quite a few of my tribe where after my change, where I studied under. So perhaps a little more specific.
He just kind of looks and he says, "There's a theurge that had given you some guidance and instruction while you were away, shortly after your rite of passage."
From Norway.
You've taken your sister there because apparently she's rumored to have some sort of potent magic, but no one knows exactly what she's capable of or how expansive her power is.
Well, at least she's safe there.
I really guess that is the idea. Help her understand what it is she has and is capable of.
I didn't even know my brother was in town, that bloody snake. Is there any more information you can give me on my parents, or is that all you... Anything, even if it seems small?
He leans close and says, "I know that the last time I was able to sense them, I could sense others from other kin and Guru who are potent in their lineages.
They're trying to get rid of all those with pure lineage, or use them as breeding stock."
He turns and looks and says, "Well, they are concerned about the threat that they might pose to their perceived
Rule.
rule."
Air is going to well, first she's gonna look him over. Does he look like he's healed up anymore from their last encounter?
He does.
Okay. Well, she is going to offer up another temporary gnosis, just to proceed into adding to that and keep a good repertoire with this guy.
Okay.
I can offer up a temporary gnosis as well.
Very well. And she will actually motion towards Colin. And this is my friend Colin. He's one of Stag's brood. And she'll motion towards Sherlock, and This is my buddy Sherlock.
Nice to meet you, Sherlock. Glad you're helping a friend.
So, what's it gonna take to keep you on the lookout? I can't assume after what was done to you here that you particularly want to stick around this sept.
Perhaps not, but there are responsibilities to fill out here as well.
Do you have any objections to being summoned elsewhere?
The spirit kind of circles the area a little bit and says, I can keep watch, and I will also watch to see if any new recruits join this one's cause. But I do agree that meeting elsewhere may be prudent. That's certainly something we can do.
But what will it take from me to keep this bargain? I did you one favor, you've already done me one, so the debts are paid. And keep offering my spirit to you to keep you strong. Unless you have a better idea. She just kind of keeps her eyes on him, waiting.
Yeah. Doesn't have a whole lot else to say, just kind of keep circling back and forth and watching.
So my offer is acceptable then?
He nods.
Very well. What side of town was the last area in which you were able to sense my parents, these other pure-blooded folk?
And he'll give you directions to a particular building.
All right. Well, I suppose, and she's kind of glancing around, that we should be on our way, so none of us are noticed. And we will be in touch.
Yeah. Says, well, good luck with your fetching. We'll monitor things around here and keep an eye out.
Thank you. And she kind of glances at Connor. You think you learned what you needed to learn here?
I hope so.
Okay. And with that, she'll give Sherlock a nod and motion for Connor to follow and get out of, start moving. And via the mind speak, she says, "It's done. We're heading back to the trails now."
Perhaps we should shift back to Lupus.
She'll nod. And take her lupus form.
I'll set off the stink bomb where we were doing the ritual on our way out.
Okay.
Perfect. And I'll keep hold of the one that I have. So because I don't have thumbs and lupus, I'll obviously carry mouth. And avoid trying to set it off while it's in my mouth.
Just drop it on the ground and stomp it.
All right.
Then I can call you Stinky Paw.
And she kind of looks over at Colin and over the mind speak. She says, "You know, they were looking for some of your tribe, too. I ran into one of your tribe's kin and gave him the heads up. But I knew they were only looking for him. I didn't realize that there were more."
You'll have to fill me in on the backstory in the future when we're not in the middle of this other sept.
Right, she nods. And lupus, and she's keeping an eye out as they head back for the trails. She's already gave the other two the heads up. And I suppose they might need to do some things too.
Alright, I will need Abby to give me a quick wits and technology to set everything off right on time.
Three successes total.
Alright, 3 successes means you set all 3 sections you guys had discussed go off perfectly timed. There are a couple of Guru that come from other parts of Sept. You can hear them crashing, heading that way.
And the areas with spitting bombs. And then taken off.
Time to run!
Alright, so you guys take off. Are you going to try and be stealthy on your way out?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll need a dex stealth.
We're in Ludo's bonus dice.
Yep.
7 dice, and I have 0 successes. 0.
Oh my god. Oh no. So look at Lupus
4, 5,
bonuses
4,
his
8,
dice.
3, 1, 3.
I have 7 dice as well. Lupus. Plus 2 to your dex and Lupus. Just in case Eric needs that info.
I got it. 5 dice for me.
All right. I got 4. Too bad I don't have any specialties. I have 3 10s. That would have been awesome.
All right.
I should have asked if it was a lower difficulty since we had distractions and whatnot to help mask everything.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would give you probably a -2.
That would actually give me 3 successes then.
Well, there you go.
Perfect.
And give Zyre 5.
All right. And that gives. Hey, you still have your 3.
I'll
Hey.
take 3.
Is everybody good? She says when she hears the explosions and gets up ahead over the mind speak.
You hear giddy laughter.
Okay, that was awesome.
Vano?
He almost giggles. It's kind of a chuckle, but kind of gets a higher pitch.
Like a giddy, high pitched.
Right.
Oh, jeez. Like an excited teenage girl. Okay. She is heading for the paths that they came in on. And we'll instruct everybody to meet there.
Just follow along.
No man left behind. Once there, she'll wait for everybody to get there.
Pink and blue-haired wolf with fox ears and a foxtail hanging beside her tail comes bounding up.
How in Gaia's name do you stay camouflaged?
The camouflage, you mean not be seen? You know, if you hide behind something when you are a small little thing like me, they do not see you. You then lay down low
Like,
and you crawl right under the window. Oui?
you realize that you're blue, right?
Oui? And pink. And she'll like push the pink side towards you.
Yes. Colors. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but we should look into something to assist you in your in areas that aren't pink and blue if you need to hide.
Oh, that dial the fur on my body so I have it all over. That would be amazing. Can we do that, Miss? Please, oh please.
You want to dye your fur camouflage.
Pink and blue camouflage, oui.
Oh my god.
Vano says, I believe that is called tie-dye.
We could,
Roll around in mud?
isn't there like a gift or a talon or even a fetish that can do something like that?
Yeah, there's talons.
I digress. If Vano is here, we gotta move.
Get the flock out of the dodges. That is
Yes.
fires we.
Yes. And Air will lead them through the quickest way she knows back on these paths to get out of here.
All right. You guys all had successes on your stealth rolls, correct?
Yeah, the first ones we did.
Yeah.
Yes, at least
So
3.
you guys do manage to get out just fine. Or you don't run into anybody.
So, do we want to go back to the Sept or get a drink? Because
We have to celebrate. That was awesome.
I don't know about celebrate, but a drink is going to be necessary. We got a lot of things to discuss.
Get the drinks to go, we.
Easy enough. I'll meet you back at the Sept.
You need help?
No, it'll be alright.
Okay.
Not that heavy. I just sift.
You just got to roll a barrel.
That's what hand carts are for. You don't want to roll the barrel.
All right. All right.
We will see you back outside then.
And Colin will run full speed to retrieve a keg and go to the Sept.
All right.
Air is going to patiently wait for Colin to get back before the conversation begins, but she looks a little she's got a very intense look on her face. It's kind of hard to place what it means.
And you notice around this sept, you see the Irish kinfolk who had been,
The one I was flirting with.
yes,
Ooh la la.
Mr. Lorin,
What's his name again? I forgot.
Sean.
Sean, that's right. Okay. She'll kind of stop pacing and walk over him. So they didn't find you.
He says, well, not directly, no.
Well,
Of course, I didn't find the guys I was looking for either, so.
well, that sucks, but I guess be grateful that those that were looking for you didn't find you. A lot of
Yeah.
others weren't so lucky.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but part of it is hide behind the expectations.
Yes, I know. I still urge you to be careful in the city. I don't think they're done yet. Whatever it is they're doing.
That's probably true.
I think they perceive those of us with certain lineages to be a threat.
Yeah, so I'm sure it didn't hurt that they played on the fact that they were looking for a kinfolk. So I made myself look like not a kinfolk. God, it took a lot of cologne though. So much cologne.
Whoever had to be around you at that point. In fact, I kind of feel sorry for you too.
It wasn't the most pleasant, that's true.
But there are worse things, I suppose.
True.
There it is. Colin.
And while it's unpleasant, I also have tools that make me look like less than a kinfolk as well. And he pulls back the jacket of his, like one side of his jacket, and you can see a number of glass vials hanging inside.
And those are.
Yeah. Says, well, when you hunt for some things, you sometimes bring back a few trophies.
She's kind of eyeing up the content, the vials, to see what kind of trophies they might be and get an idea.
He seems to have different colored stoppers in them, and at least the majority of them appear to have blood in them.
You had to get pretty close to a lot of individuals to get some of that, huh?
Yep. That's sometimes what you have to do.
Touche. Touche. I know I need a fucking drink. And she says that as she starts looking around for Colin.
Yeah, pulls out a flask from the other pocket and he says, "Don't worry, this one's just whiskey."
What else would be in it? She chuckles.
Says, "Well, certainly not water."
Oh, that would defeat the purpose now, wouldn't it? And she gives him a nod and takes a nice swig off of his whiskey and hands it back. Thanks.
Says, not a problem. I know how it can go.
Oh, it went all right. It went.
Colin will come up, huffing and puffing in Glabro form, and then he'll switch back down to Hamid. So you're drinking the cheap shit again. Here, have some good stuff.
She raises an eyebrow. Colin, Sean, Colin.
He kind of gives a nod and says, "Right."
I'll hand him an extra cup. And I'll raise a toast to a successful fact-finding mission.
Yeah, it was a successful fact-finding mission, but I think some people from the SEP need to hear a thing or two.
Oh boy. What's going on?
Well, you heard what the spirit said. It's not just abducting whatever they're doing and wherever they're stashing these people. They're not just stashing pure-blooded Gru. They're taking kinfolk, too. This isn't just a me problem or a you problem. It's anybody with a lineages problem or who has kinfolk.
Well, we at least know some place to start looking.
Yeah, he gave us a spot, but I think everybody's got a right to know so they can keep their kin safe. She kind of puts a hand on Sean's shoulder. At least this guy can keep himself safe. Or so it seems. And if I recall, because he's pure-blooded kinfolk, right, John? Fiona?
Yes.
That Colin would pick up on that he's one of his tribe's kin.
That's why I poured him a double shot.
So, yeah, we need to try to hit this location from this address. She takes a really long drink from her cup.
Well, I don't think we want the info to get stale. So we can't drink too much.
I know. And she takes another drink after saying, I know. And she looks at Sean. Well, it was nice running Indy again. You come here often? Specifically here?
Says, "Well, just found out about it, actually."
Hmm. Well, hopefully you plan on coming around more often.
Well, that's certainly a possibility.
I hope it's more than a possibility. She kind of half smirks at him.
He says, "Well,
But,
keep that in mind."
we have some business to discuss, as you're aware. But maybe I'll find you later tonight if you're still around.
Says, "Well, I don't plan on leaving tonight."
Brad. And she'll give him a nod and a grin, and then turn to Colin. Well, let's go find. Let's go get this over with. We'll collect some of the people that came back with us, and then some.
Yep, I think that's a good idea. I don't want to go in there short-staffed.
I don't know if they're just Guru or Farah, but I suspect this might be an issue for everybody.
Well, if they're taking pure blood and kinfolk, and there are rumors that there are children missing from orphanages around the city as well, I wanted to look into. It could all be related.
Oh, Gaia, I hope not. But you never know. That being said, we'll chat with our with everybody here on this matter, and then maybe we can get a crew together to check out the orphanage.
Absolutely.
All right, so Air is going to says, why don't you start going one way and getting people? I'll go the other and we meet back in this vicinity.
I have a better idea.
Hmm.
Why don't we just howl it out?
True, we can do that. Make a howl of urgent information, or I would just say urgent information. No need to get too into detail.
Just come to me, have matters to discuss, basically.
Yep.
And I'll go ahead and do that.
She will let him put up the howl. I think it's a charisma primal urge to put up a howl.
Yep, give me 1 second.
For the Nightfall, check you out there.
If commanding voice counts, then 4 successes with a 10.
Alright, yeah, I would say that would. You're imparting critical information.
So I guess it's what, 5 then?
Yeah. You get a fairly large and established group who shows up not long after.
All right, the show is yours.
Air kind of looks around and she's like, well, we seem to have a little problem entailing I know for sure missing Guru and missing kin of particular lineages missing. But I'm honestly not sure if other shifters and their kin are involved, but it seems that the children of Falcon running the other sept seem to find anyone with pure blood a threat. Now, I was given a location on where they might be and might not be. But we can't let our brothers, sisters, and kin be abused in this way. I don't know how many. I just know that it's happening.
Well, that is most definitely a problem. We should probably try to get that cleaned up. Sean kind of chuckles. He goes, but yeah, maybe I will be definitively staying here for a little longer.
I mean, ultimately, I guess it's your choice. Just know to be cautious if you decide not to.
Well, fair enough.
So I suppose the question I have to pose to everybody is, does anyone object to an investigation in this location?
Not me. I think it's needed.
And are there any volunteers with skills that could potentially look through possible ritualistic, maybe rituals that are magic afoot?
Maybe we can enlist the aid of some spirits.
Some spirits might indeed be handy on this mission, though. The spirit
And muscle. We need muscle.
muscle will be necessary, but the spirit in which I talked to couldn't get in there. If we are having spirits, we need more powerful spirits than he was. And that's asking a lot of favors.
Well, do we even know the details of the location? Is it public, private?
Good question. Is it public, private? Like,
You get a couple of questions, especially from those who had come with you from the other sept. When would you want to do this investigation? What do we to what degree do we investigate? Do we scout the location first and then go in on a return trip? Are you going to do a all in one?
well, if we do a scouting mission here, a scouting mission would definitely be handy, but there's one drawback to it. If anyone figures out that someone is watching it, if there are any kin or other Guru and shifters there, that might do them more harm than good.
Well, that's true.
Well, what if you put some people to watch the building temporarily while we gather what we need to go in, so we get a little more intel about who's there, who's coming and going, and if they try to move someone, we'll be ready to go.
That would likely be wise. I have no issue sitting on it myself to keep watch.
We should probably send some sneaky people.
Those who are stealthy are definitely handy. But I say the sooner it's dealt with, the better. Simply because we don't want to risk them being moved or taking more.
I agree. We should
We
start
don't
as soon
want
as
to let them
possible.
think it's okay to do what they're doing.
As far as the location, is it in the middle of town? Is it more secluded? We just pull it up on like Google Maps and get a satellite image, something like that.
Yeah, what about that?
You could certainly look it up. That's a valid option.
Okay.
It's appears to be a small, like a quadruplex. It's in the near the red light district part of town, that sort of thing. So a lot more transient population, a lot more fluid. People coming and going in once are less noticed in the area.
Of course.
Well, the bad news is going in and kicking down the door is probably a bad idea.
Unless you do it from the other side, but then that gives them options and on this side.
I don't want to know what the other side looks like right next to the red light district either.
Well, I mean, you could have a number of spirits. Wouldn't say that they're all bad. I mean, it's a red light district after all. Anything goes. So some could, like I said, some could be good, some could be bad.
Yeah, I'm just worried about all the misery and despair that goes with that kind of a district and rampant drug use and everything else.
Well, you might find that, and you might find lust spirits.
Well,
It's
this
really
place where people are being kidnapped to, so probably not happy.
no, probably not. But isn't the red light district? Doesn't it generally? Most of the concentration of people is like prostitution and that sort of business. Like, I would have to imagine a lot of lust spirits. Yeah, sure. You said some not so pleasant ones because I can't imagine everybody there wants to be there. But think about it, it's the perfect place for an upper class individual. She's trying not to speak poorly of the Silver Fangs, and she bites her lip and her tongue trying to phrase this properly. It seems like a perfect place for someone of that nature to hide something they don't want found. Why would they go there? No one would imagine they would go there.
So do you want to go right now? Maybe send a couple no moons ahead, and then we gather what we can and go, and let them relay what they see while we're on our way?
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, there's some personal. This is a little bit personal. And she kind of glances around, looking over at the people from the other sept that came with them to see if they catch on. But it's not at the same time. It needs to be looked into, and if we can at least get a peek on it, I'm more than happy to take a look now. At least on the Umbra, and to see what we're dealing with. We can't really make a plan if we don't know what's there. We can only speculate. Is anyone else willing to take a quick look?
Oh, you know I'm going with you.
She'll smirk at him. Awesome. Anybody else?
Say I can, blink. I can come with you if you're just looking to go in quiet and look around.
That's what we're doing. We have to at least get an idea of what's going on and what to plan for. Well, Colin, I'm glad you brought the drinks, because we're probably going to need them after this.
You always got to be prepared.
I thought I needed one now. Well, I have a feeling that I'm likely going to need a lot more after.
There's plenty to go around.
And she kind of looks around to see if anyone's going to try to stop them from going to look.
Doesn't appear that way.
Last call for anyone who is looking to help look around, or
A couple of the other group from the SEP previously that had come over with you, kind of come up and they say, hey, we'll help you we'll help you look into it further, but if you're doing just an initial scout, we don't think it'd be wise to bring a whole slew of people in there.
Correct.
So if it goes further, we'll certainly jump in.
Perhaps if we could have some people close by in case things go sideways during the initial scouting.
That might be useful. All right, anyone who's coming, let's do this. Let's not waste any more time.
Are we
And
taking
she
a
kind
new...
of you kind of broke up, so I don't know what you said. All I heard was we taking the
Are we taking an Uber?
I mean, we might need something to at least get into town. I don't know how we want to proceed from there. But and then she kind of glances at the barrel Colin had rolled in, and she looks at Sean and she says, "Make sure nobody touches this."
He can drink though, right? Because that would be cruel if you don't let him drink.
I mean, if he wants to, sure. But we don't want this gone by the time we get back. Let's... Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I have
Let's
to
get
teach you how
into
to...
town and get an Uber from there. Well, I mean, we could, but I don't have any money. I
I'll order
usually
the Uber.
travel by Umbra. Or on foot.
I can get the Uber into town. Shouldn't be a problem.
All right. And she kind of looks over her shoulder one last time to make sure. And the few of us that are going are going to go.
All right. So you guys head down to the red light district in Amsterdam in the middle of the night.
Yep.
What could go wrong?
Oh, we could get propositioned, sold into slavery.
I said wrong, not fun.
I think we should get dropped off a few blocks away from where we're going.
Sounds like a good idea.
Let's do this.
All right. So you're heading through the red light district. You've got fairly clear idea what you're looking for.
Right.
Well,
7661.
we can just walk past the front of the building.
7661 in the Delta 4 191. The call came in at 22.
Kind of see what there is to see.
Right. What does this building look like in the front? Are there lights on as we walk past it? Like,
Are there people loitering around it? Security cameras, things like that, and then we can try to peek through the Umbra side.
Yeah, it's a residential, like, or pseudo residential because it's on the edge of the red light district. But it does have security cameras, and it has a like a gate over the door too.
okay.
Go figure, they'll have security.
It has security.
A gate, cameras. Don't see any people.
Are there any signs or anything on there to make it look like everything else?
There is not. It's. I mean, they've got it set up. It's basically just a. And there's a couple of them here, basically like cheap row house type quadruplexes.
Okay.
Can we try to peek through to the Umbra and take a look without stepping over?
We might want to not just stand directly in front of it.
No, just walk by the first time, then we'll go down the street and see what we can see from there.
It's, how busy are the streets in this particular area?
This time of night, it's fairly. Um, Not terribly busy, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely can't stand around long. They'll notice us real quick.
All right. All right. Let's go for a little walk, and she'll for the other volunteers, she'll kind of just suggest that they go look one way and we can go look another.
All right.
And
If you want to peek sideways while we walk, you can just hold on to my arm and I'll guide you.
and that's what she'll do. She'll loop her arm in Colin's arm and take a peek sideways. And I'll drop a gnosis to do it.
All right. On the other side, it is definitely an unpleasant place. There's a lot of spirits of greed desire indulgence.
Okay. And this house.
It is definitely seems to have more of the. There's greed there. There's some pain. A lot of these less pleasant, um, very minor veins that are in the area.
Okay. And they're attached, they're kind of hanging out directly in the vicinity of this building.
Correct.
It's not good. And when she's done peeking, she'll keep her arm looped in Colin's arm, and she'll kind of lean over and whisper everything to him that she saw in his ear.
That does not bode well.
Yeah. Yeah, especially the certain things I expected to see, but
Baines?
in especially in a vicinity like that of inhabited by potentially you know, she kind of looks around trying to keep her voice low. Especially those like us and our
Yeah.
kin.
We might have to act sooner than anticipated.
We'll have to double check and see what the others see, but are there any windows on this particular building, by the way?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty typical condo type building. So
And she says, why don't we go for a walk and find a safe space? If you know what I mean. To get a better look. One can only see so much when they're doing what I just did.
Yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, they're gonna look for a more secluded place.
okay. And there's certainly places to be found. I don't want to say alleys, but something to that effect. You know, where you're off the.
Right? And she wants to make sure that no one's looking or nearby.
Okay.
They can see where they duck in to do their thing. What is the gauntlet?
It is going to be 6 here.
6. Okay. This is not a place I want to get stuck in the gauntlets. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the gnosis and meditate when I get back to the sept. So, yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Avenue 7070 Woodmont. Rolanda Planet is employed by check the welfare subjects are stuck in the parking garage and can't get out. Plane is second party on scene. Vehicle is white Honda Accord two-door, and the complainant will be waiting in front of the garage.
Okay. So yeah.
All right. Well, you get to the other side.
And backtracking. Avoiding the areas where the camera were when cameras were in the Umbra when we get there. If that's feasible.
It is.
And keep an eye out for concentrations of tech spirits because there might be cameras we didn't see.
Right. Is there anything significant about this building in the Umbra?
It's definitely dark. You get kind of that sense of worm taint around it. It's unpleasant. Not quite sure exactly what all might be wrong with it, but it certainly feels tainted.
Wrong on many levels. So wrong.
Does there appear to be a lot of activity?
Not right now.
I'm kind of keeping an eye on the spirits because we're essentially a beacon to the spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you definitely find a lot of the greed and desire spirits coming towards you for sure. Some rage spirits start to show up.
Oh, hey, rage spirit falls under war spirits, huh? Goody. And she just kind of looks at Colin. Let's move away.
Yeah. I don't think plying them with the dice game is gonna work. I don't have that kind of money.
Nope. They keep kind of just looking around. Keeps moving away from these spirits.
You discover that the mind speak is still in effect, as Vano says in your heads. I'm not sure what this is, but I don't think we're prepared to tackle it, just the few of us.
Oh no, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it's time to go back to the Sept. There's a lot of spirits.
This definitely stinks of like somebody has their hands in it again. Let's move. Let's move now.
Yeah, since we're on the Umbrella, let's just go to Lupus and run.
We can't leave behind the others, though.
The other ones
Vino.
hadn't really been as bold as you were.
That's fine. Somebody had to not be less conspicuous. So, We all need to move. Have the others been linked into this mind speak?
No, but Vano is with them.
All right.
Maybe have
Which
Vano
is-
them know, and maybe one or two can stay behind just to kind of keep an eye on things from a distance in case someone noticed us and something major changes.
Who wants to pretend to be a prostitute? That's the most inconspicuous thing.
Or a druggie with the nods.
So Vano will start to get the rest of them gathered up and meet. And you get he gets a hold of you relatively quickly that the he is in in a position to get them however far back you guys are looking to go.
Okay.
But if we're going to retreat to the Sept, he's going to take them as on a roundabout way.
Okay. We need some to stay behind. Not necessarily stay behind, but someone at least.
He says, "Yes, I realize that. I've got something in mind."
Perfect. Let's get out of here then.
Yep, definitely time to skedaddle.
And the sooner we get out of the sooner we find a safe place to pop out of the Umbra, the better.
There are places relatively nearby that you're able to find.
Yeah, the spirit magnets probably shouldn't stick around in the Umbra for a while.
Yeah, these aren't the friends Colin wants to make.
Yeah, no. And once they're in a safe spot, she'll ask Vano what his idea is.
Yeah. Says, well, I've got a nice little bit of fox magic. I can go in, blend myself inconspicuously into the crowd. Check out their coffee shop.
Just be safe about it.
He just kind of nods and says, "Oh, do what we can."
Let's do this. Probably shouldn't stick around much longer.
Yeah, kind of nods and agrees with you. Then he'll lead everybody back, or at least get everybody somewhat together
Right.
with you guys before he heads back into position.
And anyone who is going back to the sept, she will gladly take back with her because she knows that there's going to be she's going to have to relay some information to the others at the sept.
Right.
And she will do just that when she gets back. All the information she has learned,
Seven out of 12.
Has learned that she will relay.
Number 12. Speed advised, I got 5 on Gold Laurel River. Don't know why. Yeah, I did 12.
And she's going to ask the other couple that went, if they noticed anything that she didn't.
And they don't seem to have anything specific.
Nothing more. All right. She'll make sure that everyone
Maybe
is up to speed on
get-
what's going on.
Sorry, I was gonna say maybe when we get back, we can have someone look into the
River.
more mundane
Road,
side of
Gold
things,
Laurel
like who
Road.
owns the building and things like that.
Right. I have some other contacts that I will speak with. But right now, we just need to collect ourselves and wait to see what information Vano can get.
Correct, thank you.
And drink.
Oh, and hey, after going in there, we might want to undergo a rite of cleansing. We can find someone that has it.
Don't look at me.
The rites master from the other sept came, correct?
Yes.
Thought it was the rites master, or was it the tail singer?
Double check.
Someone will know it, but that's definitely a good idea.
Both of them came, according to my notes.
Okay.
Even better.
The rights master is
So-
a Fianna, and the tail singer was a head of Fenris.
right.
Yep.
I am going to yeah, I think the rites master is the appropriate person to ask about a rite of cleansing.
Yeah, if not, we could just ask some water spirits for help.
I mean, I think you're fairly reasonable in that logic.
Right.
And hey, maybe we can learn that one next too.
Well, that's actually what I was going to say. Can I pay attention when this ritual is being performed to try to learn it?
Yes.
Okay. And learning rites is
I think it takes like a week and per level of rite,
Right.
and it's the process.
right. And that's a level 1, so it should only take a week.
Yep.
Rite of Summoning is a level 2. Just so you're aware.
Rite of Binding's a 1. Rite of Awakening's a 1.
Yeah, I thought it was 2. I was just in there.
Oh, yeah. There you
I
go.
think Awakening is Rite of Summoning. Yeah. And you can only do 1 at a time.
Yep. We'll swap our rights, then we'll get with the Rite Master. He'll probably want something in return.
Right. So it's safe to say we got a Rite of Cleansing.
Yes.
Right. Rite of Cleansing. Pass along our information. And find the barrel that Sean was instructed to protect from the other Fiona that might drink it.
All right, so you guys get together, sit down, and have a few drinks.
Yep.
Do your rite of cleansing with the Rites Master, and at this point, probably rest and figure out what the hell you want to do.
Yep.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
All right. As long as nobody has anything else, we will wrap it up there.
Cool.
All right. This is thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching. There's been another werewolf scene for Nightfall in Amsterdam.